Hi, traders, and welcome. I'm going to do an update on silver. So let's start right now. And we're looking at the 4-hour chart. And I'm going to drill in a little bit so we can see this. So from the March low, right now as it stands, what they've done is just make an ABC. This can change to something else, but ABC. But I've got a bunch of zones here that are of importance to me, because they will tell what this is. So let me drill down to a 1-hour chart. All right. It's possible if you're extremely bullish, this zone here that I got, a bounce from here, this be 79.88 down to like say 78. If we get a small little correction, I think they've already started, just like a three-wave little correction, and then it comes and breaks this high again, 83.05, we could be looking at a diagonal. And so that is the most bullish pattern that I see right now. So then that would be, instead of A, that would be 1. This would be 2. And then we had a 5-wave move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a small correction to here and another break. And then you would be up into the blue box, and that's the target for the 3rd wave. So that's a possibility. I just don't feel it doesn't feel like a diagonal to me. Like this was a little bit too sideways over here. So I'm watching this area. I don't have high conviction that it's creating a diagonal, but could be wrong. And then I'll do an update. But this would be 1, 2, and then 3 would be up in here, and then we get a correction for 4 and still go up for 5. So that's the most bullish pattern, is that you just get a little bounce, really no lower than 78. I'm sorry, a drop no lower than 78, and then you go back up and break 83, and you'd be into the blue box. So that's the most bullish. What I think is happening, let me go out to the 4-hour, is as it stands right now, this is just a 3-wave move. 1, 2, 3, and it's a W, X, and a Y correction, for those who like to label. If they're making like a really big correction, this should be the target up here. I don't think that this would be a W, X, Y, and then this 3-wave would be an X wave and a Z. Like, that doesn't make any sense from where they are in the bigger picture here. So I'm not looking at that bearish pattern. There's only one bearish pattern that I see, and we'll look at that in a little bit. But for the bulls, you're looking at this and going, okay, WXY, that was a correction, but now we should be targeting it up here. And if we're going to come up here, then this was an ABC, and then one of these two zones, this purple zone, so 77 to 74, or the green, 72 to 69. One of these two should be where the bounce happens to get up into that red box. So if you see a 3-wave move into the purple, and then it starts making a strong move up, and especially then when it breaks, then we're really looking that this is actually all correction from this March low, ABC, little ABC, and then a push up. But then I have a feeling that from here, if this purple provides the support, that this red will be the rejection area. And then you're probably coming down one more time, down below 60. That's one pattern. Bulls, I think you really want this to be ABC, and then a bigger correction. Actually, sounds funny, but a bigger 3-wave correction down into this green zone, because then you could be looking at a diagonal going up, and then instead of ABC just being a correction, well, it's a correction, but that would be wave 1. This 3-wave move down into this zone would be perfect place for the wave 2 to end, and then you would reverse, go break this high, and then you could be well on your way up into like the mid 90s for wave 3, get a wave 4, and then still go up again for a wave 5. So that's the other bullish pattern. So we'll have to wait and see what type of correction, and it looks like it's already started. We'll have to see, but we'll have to wait and see which of these zones provides the support. So that's the bullish patterns. So as we're going to look next, I would really, if you're bullish and you're not in silver, I'd want to wait for this green zone to hit. One, it gives you a better risk to reward, and two, you'll have a sense of what's happening here. Because as we look now, the other pattern that this thing can be, that instead of this being WXY, and now they're making another correction maybe for down, it could be that this 3-wave move to here was A, this was B, and then they're making a diagonal going down. 1, 2, 3, and this was 1, and then this ABC, that's 2. And this red box is the perfect area for the wave 2 to stop at before you would head south. And so it is a little concerning for me that they just barely broke above the top of this red box, just barely, and now it's selling off. And so now that really could be setting up for 3 waves for 1, 3 waves for 2, and then you're going to come down for 3 waves, but you're going to be like way below 60. I mean, 50, 45, something like that. So that gets a little scary. Yeah, 47. So the target would be 47. So that's why, if they're going to do this pattern where this whole thing then would be A, B, and then they're going to make 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, get a bounce for 4, and then still come back down for 5. That's why buying in the green box, but having a tighter stop loss then at like 60 would be much better than like buying in the purple and just hoping that you go at least up into this red box. So that is the one and really the only bearish pattern that I see right now, is that this could be A, B, and a big 5-wave C wave down, especially when I see the rejection coming from the red box. So we'll have to see now. Does the purple offer any support? Does the green offer any support? And then we come up and then break 83, or is this going to just start to really melt and keep working its way down below 60? So that is what I see on silver. I think if you're not in, like I said, I'd really rather be buying down here, because there is always that possibility that we're going below 60. All right, that's what I see. Hope it helps. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.